side of tonight's doubleheader as the Delaware Valley University Aggies continue their push for the playoffs and their hope for a home game taking on the top seed in the conference, the #1 DeSales University Bulldogs. Gordon Mann, Eric Hitch, Tony, our producer, bring you the action for the second game of the doubleheader as the Aggies play their final game of the conference season, but not their final game of the season, period. We'll explain that later on. We're 15 seconds away from the starters here. Bulldogs are already the top seed in the conference. They will be at home. They will play the winner of the play-in game between Kings and FDU Florham. That would be the quarterfinals on a Wednesday night. Aggies looking to can finish as high as the 4 seed now at this point. They'll be either the 4 or the 5 seed and either be home for Lycoming or Arcadia or at Lycoming or Arcadia. Stevens pretty well locked into the 2 seed. Delaware Valley can't fall behind Misericordia, who's the 6th seed. And so the conference playoffs now fairly well in shape. Just the last few things at stake. And the Aggies, the Warriors of Lyco, and the Arcadia Knights still going to sort out. 2 of those 3 teams will be home and 1 will be on the road. Get to your starters here. For the Bulldogs, first out of the chute, senior guard from Macungie, Pennsylvania, number 5, Matt Cacklerice. In the front court, senior guard, we just saw his sister play in the women's game. This is the older brother from Harleysville, Pennsylvania, number 22, Mike Beeler. Next out, number 24, senior forward from Shiremanstown, Pennsylvania, conference all-star, number 24, Timmy Edwards. 6'4", senior forward from Reading, Pennsylvania, Berks Catholic product, number 30, Kaba Mitchell. And rounding out the starting lineup, the freshman swingman from Landisville, Pennsylvania, number 33, Devin Atkinson. PA announcer take over there, but in case you did not understand who any of those were, that's senior guard Matt Paulus, joined in the backcourt by the sophomore guard from West Orange, New Jersey, Godley Mark. The front court for Delaware Valley at the small forward position, the Aggies' leading scorer and rebounder, number 11, Pernell Gee, the grad student. Your small forward, 5'11", senior from Spring City, Pennsylvania, number 21, Nestor Diaz. And playing the forward position tonight, Aggies have used a couple of different starting lineups, but this is the first-year forward from Philly, number 23, Jordan Gomes. Bulldogs are coached by longtime head coach Scott Koval in his 29th season in Center Valley. He's also the athletic director at DeSales. Career record of 523 wins and 249 losses. A graduate of William & Mary University. Bulldogs in the red. Aggies coached by Coach Mohamedou Kaba. At the other end of the spectrum in his career, this is his first season, so the Aggies' record is his record, 13-9 overall. Bulldogs blew Delaware Valley out in their first meeting between these 2 teams in Center Valley a little while ago. It was 90-66. Aggies obviously hoping for a different result here tonight. Into the post, Kaba Mitchell's shot is off, no good, and the Aggies come down the floor. Godley Mark, been a bit of a funk in the last couple of games at home for Wilkes and on the road at Stevens. Pernell Gee outside for Nestor Diaz. Diaz coming off a double-digit scoring performance against Wilkes. Mark hesitates, kicks out for Gomes. 8 on the shot clock. We are scoreless. First Aggies possession of the night. Mark will take the 3. It is good. Godley Mark for 3. And good to see as officials stop the clock there, is Eric Mark's a good three-point shooter when he can get it off, 33% on the season.
Yeah, and that's going to be actually my big key for the game is Godly Mark's got to get going. I mean, he's struggled the past 2 games, like you said, and he's the second on the team in points per game. So you can't rely on Purnell to do everything, especially he's been nursing a injury, but he's going to be playing again tonight. So we got to hope Godly Mark can get something going, and easy little layup there for number 24, Timmy Edwards.
Mark for Gomes, up ahead for Gee. Freezes Mitchell, that goes out of bounds off of Kaba Mitchell. Aggies ball. Bulldogs 20-3, 13-1 in conference. Their lone loss, a puzzling loss, at home to Wilkes in a game in which they scored 16 points in the first half. Shot off the mark for Purnell Gee. Rebound controlled by Mitchell. Bulldogs were ranked in the top 25 of the country at one point this year. Got off to an undefeated start, then lost their first game of the year. 3 up here, no good. To Drew University, and the rebound up and good for Timmy Edwards. Edwards playing in his 16th game of the season, just his 7th start. And ball on the floor, Cackle Rice. Paulus, Mark comes out of the pile with it, no. And the officials deciding to let him play. 4-3, Bulldogs on top. 3-pointer, no. Rebound, Edwards. And Edwards is going to get fouled by Jordan Gomes. Thomas Ibadapo going to check into the game for Delaware Valley. Really the Aggies' only true low post player. Gomes plays forward and is a forward, but does not have the height of traditional centers.
And you can see Coach K already making an adjustment. Already 2 easy offensive rebounds there for Edwards, so he's got to bring in something a little bit bigger to get those defensive rebounds for you. Make sure they only get 1 shot attempt up and going the other way.
4-3 DeSales on top, 17:21 to play. Cackle Rice off the screen, flicks the wrists and connects. Points at the bench of Delaware Valley. Forgets to defend Matt Paulus. That's how Paulus answers, and that's embarrassing. Cackle Rice was so busy taunting the bench that his man got wide open for 3. 7-6. 17 minutes to play.
So another interesting thing this game, too, was the first time these 2 teams met, the Aggies love to play full court press, and which is why one of the reasons they lead the conference in steals, or at least they have been leading the conference in steals. And DeSales broke it very easily, and you can see they're doing full court press, but not as aggressive as they always do against other teams.
Here's a pass, hesitation, hitting and scoring is Thomas Ibadapo. Good find from Purnell Gee. Now here is the full court press. The Aggies lead 8-7. Beeler for Cackle Rice. Aggies getting set to bring 4 new bodies in. Bulldogs have 1. Edwards has got 4 points quickly here. His team trailing now 8-7. For Cackle Rice, who drives. Nice step back pull away from Cackle Rice is good. This time he refrains from pointing. He's got 5 points for the Bulldogs. DeSales leads 9-8. Paulus to a wide open Purnell Gee. Right hand flush. 10-9. Bulldogs down the floor. Cackle Rice for Edwards. Edwards got it, count it, he'll go to the line. We're going to get all kinds of new guys out here in a second. Timmy Edwards with 6 points very quickly. All right, we'll just reset it for you here as the Bulldogs are going to bring 4 new bodies out. Once Cackle Rice provided Edwards makes this free throw. You've got this 6'6" junior forward from Hummelstown, Will Bowen, in the game. Mason Barnes, a sophomore guard from Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Edwards makes the free throw. So Edwards will depart, and it's the 6'4" sophomore forward Elijah Eberly, who was the Bulldogs' leading scorer the first time these 2 teams met. He had 12 points. Aggies with a Well, 4 new guys out there. This is Ewan's Lizima. That's Edward Jones. Number 2 is Francis Robles Montas. Number 24 is Ibadapo, and number 32 is Ryan Black. Robles Montas, pull-up jumper, won't sit for him. Ibadapo with the rebound. Ibadapo muscles it up and in. Thomas Ibadapo with 4 points.
Sorry, Gordon. If Ibadapo can have that same game he had against Stevens, they have a good chance to win this game, especially since Purnell didn't play at all the second half and brought him to double overtime. So
we mentioned most of the Bulldogs' new players. We didn't get this one. That's Jordan Holmquist. Will Bowen, reverse layup, no. Tip and follow, no. Lizima battles for the rebound. Edward Jones comes out of the pile with it. 1-on-5, which is not a fast break, so they'll slow it down. Ibadapo triggers the offense. Pass to Lizima. Nice, got it. On the finish, good look from the big man, who's a good passer from the high post, and the Aggies lead by 2, and the Bulldogs turn it over. Dat Lambert was the last starter, departs. Sophomore guard from Easton, Pennsylvania, Ryan Boylan, checks into the game. So both teams went about 3 minutes with their starting lineup and have put in a fresh 5 on the floor. Aggies by 2. Ryan Black for 3. Yes. And I guess they're saying that Colville did not get the timeout. And they waved it off. So we'll continue play. This is Mason Barnes over for Ryan Boylan. Now this gym can get loud in a hurry. It's very small, much smaller than Belair Hall where it's DeSales plays. And the student athletes are right on top of the action on the near sideline, so they're kind of out of your picture. 17-14. Lizima for Black. And now for Ewan's Lizima, who had a fantastic game defensively to help the Aggies past Wilkes on Saturday. Good pass, Lizima, shot blocked for Edward Jones. Nice block by Will Bowen. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. Ryan Boylan's hook shot is an air ball. And last touch by Elijah Eberly out of bounds. Other matchups tonight in the Freedom Conference, Stevens and FDU Flora, Misericordia and Lycoming. That's a big game for Del Val. They'll have their eye on that one. And one of the final conference matchups between old rivals Kings and Wilkes. Wilkes will go to the Landmark Conference after next season, as will Lycoming. Ewan's Lizima up the floor. Ryan Black guarded by Boylan. This is Lizima. Pass to the baseline. Gets a little bit away from Francis Robles Montas. And wholesale substitution for Delaware Valley. They bring their starting lineup back out. Guy, Mark, Paulus, Gomes, and Nestor Diaz. Mason Barnes, sophomore guard from Pottsville. Fires across the half court for the junior Will Bowen. Boylan will take the 3. Way off the mark. Rebound Jordan Gomes.
The reason Purnell had to give up so much space there is because the man in the post there was guarded by Paulus as a big mismatch, and Purnell with a nice putback there. Purnell noticed that, gave a little space to the man that with the ball that was going to shoot the 3, and nice play there by Purnell to make the right defensive play there.
Gee with the putback, he's got 6, 19-14 Aggies on top. Good skip pass there for Jordan Holmquist. The Bangor product. Pass wide open, getting free, laying it up and in is Mason Barnes. Looks like Matt Paulus lost his man there, and Barnes off glass for 2.
Yep, Matt Paulus lost his man there. Got caught looking at the ball, and his man cut underneath the basket. Reverse lay and good.
Jordan Gomes banging with Elijah Eberle, spins on him, gets him in the air, scores. That is Jordan Gomes' move right there. He's just a freshman, but he is very savvy to get his defender off balance. 21-16, Aggies shooting the ball well here to start the game. Leading by 5 as we approach the midway point. Aggies not paying Will Bowen any mind out there. Holmquist, a much better shooter, loses the ball and eventually comes into the hands of Godley Mark. Pernell Gee wipes out behind the play, so a 4-on-5 for the moment. 21-16, Bulldogs getting ready to bring 4 new bodies in. Gomes hands off from Mark. Mark for Diaz, Diaz for 3, no. Mr. Diaz, we had a chance to meet his mother on Saturday. 21-16. She came up to chat with us after the Wilkes broadcast. Boylan into the post for Bowen. Bowen threw that one as a fastball off of his teammate Eberle's hands, and then Ryan Boylan runs over the top of Godley Mark and commits the foul. Now, if this is your first broadcast with us, it is Godley Mark. Godley is his first name, Mark is his last name. Aggies shooting 64% to start the game. Bulldogs are shooting 50%. Aggies are 3 of 4 from 3. Bulldogs 1 for 5. Jordan Gomes for Matt Paulus. Gomes isolates on his defender. Paulus for Diaz. Diaz thinks about a 3, gets it for Gee. Gee, jumper, no. Rebound controlled by Caleb Gibbs, who's checked in. Freshman from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, closer to Harrisburg. 3 on the way, up and no good for Christian Golden, a sophomore from Percy, PA. Bulldogs have used a bunch of different guys. Dat Lambert has also returned. Paulus pass to Flex, stolen away by Gibbs. Gibbs a little faster forward than Bowen. Paulus into the paint to flex that away. Edwards has it and scores. Timmy Edwards with the basket. He's got 7 points on, well, he's got 9 points now on 4 for 4 shooting. Aggies by 3. And fastball pass from Gomes, no good. And here comes the second team for Delaware Valley en masse.
Yeah, this is very weird. You usually see this in practice. You got first team, second team, and usually with subs, it's 2 or 3 players at a time. They're doing all 5.
So Jones, Lazima, Black, Robles, Montas, and Ibadapo back out there. Bulldogs down by 3. This is Cackle Rice who's returned. Edwards for Cackle Rice for 3. Yes. Well, those 2 guys have done most of the damage. 17 of the Bulldogs' 21 points coming from Edwards and Cackle Rice.
Lazima and Cackle Rice is going to be a very fun matchup. Obviously, Cackle Rice a very good shooter, and Lazima a very good defender. Cackle Rice got the better of Lazima that time.
Lazima for Robles Montas for 3. That is off the mark. Rebound controlled by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs looking for their first lead, and since it was 7-6. Cackle Rice for Edwards. Slip off, shot, no. Couple of Aggies there for the rebound. It's Edward Jones. Del Val scoreless for 3 minutes and 17 seconds now. Lazima for Jones. Jones for 3. No. Ibadapo with the offensive rebound. Ibadapo, nice touch shot from the big man. 6 points for Big Tom. Aggies by 2. Ibadapo 3 for 3. Cackle Rice guarded by Robles Montas now. Black on Lambert. Lambert pull-up jumper from the foul line, no. Rebound Ibadapo, who fends off Lambert. Lizima for Black. Outside, Ibadapo for 3. Oh! Make it rain, big man!
All right. Ibadapo's got the hot hand right now. Keep feeding him.
Shot is blocked by Robles Montas and then stripped away and a foul called.
Lizima, great recovery, even though he jumped a little early there. I thought he got all ball, but ref saw it differently. And again, team 1 and team 2. 5 out, 5 in.
Get a look at the touch here from the big man. Ibadapo thinking and draining it. Well, team 2, or team 1, I guess this would be team 1, at least ordinarily speaking. This is the first team in. Diaz strips it away, out of bounds off of him. Gomes, Mark, Guy, Paulus, and Diaz. Tackle Rice looking to inbound, gets it from Mitchell, who's been quiet so far, but is probably the most dangerous Bulldog in terms of his athletic ability, although that guy's pretty good too. Edwards missed, and an offensive foul going to be called on Caba Mitchell, I believe. We'll see who the foul is on, but yeah, it's on Caba. His first.
Another player who's really coming into his own is obviously Jordan Gomes. He led Del Val with 13 points in the first meeting against DeSales, and the last matchups have not been his favor. They've been playing a lot of tall teams, lengthy teams, and now this is a team that's more his size.
Yeah.
And he's a big body for a power forward, so he's going to be able to do some damage. You saw it once already. Let's see if he can do it again this possession.
Well, Mitchell's got leaping ability like a grasshopper, and you see him block a shot there. He can jump out of the gym. Tackle Rice, open look, 3, no. They'll pass to Edwards instead, who bangs, spins, and scores. Edwards, 10 points already. Or is it more than that? Yeah, it's 11. On 4 for 5 shooting with a couple of free throws. D. And he's bumped and fouled by Mitchell, and that's Mitchell's second. Team's third. Let's see if Koval wants to make a sub. No. We'll stick with Caba for the moment. Mark for Guy. Guy has good range. Drives on Mitchell. 14 on the shot clock. Gomes for Paulus. Shot clock to 8. Diaz, they're going to leave him open, and he misses. Tough start for Nestor Diaz. He's 0 for 2 so far.
Good ball movement, though. He was wide open, just couldn't finish.
Edwards for Lambert. Lambert in, hangs, and a blocking foul on Key, and that's the right call. He's within the restricted area. Lambert on the season, the team's third leading scorer, 9.2 points per game. An 82% free throw shooter. That is best on the squad, and he hits the first. Aggies make their first non-wholesale substitution. Ibadapo and Robles Montas, but only for a second. Here comes the rest of that team. Lizima, Diaz. Lizima for Diaz, Mark for Black, and Matt Paulus remains on the floor for the moment.
Just missing Edward Jones.
Yep. Lambert hits him. 26-25. Good game so far, much closer than the women's game. Paulus, and much closer than the first time these two teams met. Robles Montas for Lizima. For Francis. Francis for 3. Yikes. And great effort by Lizima. Does not able to get it. And then Cackle Rice stepped out of bounds. So that is created, that turnover is created by Lizima's effort there.
And I thought that ball was off his foot originally too, so I thought that might have been a kickball on DeSales, but
yeah,
they let it go. But eventually for the Aggies, it eventually turned in their favor anyways because stepped out of bounds.
Shot clock should reset here, I think.
Looks like the ref is talking to Tom.
Yeah, he's talking to Tom's defender saying, you can't hold him. You may want to, but you can't.
In the student section wants Tom to take the ball and shoot the ball. Why not? He's at the hot hand. Ryan Black for 3.
Black 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Ryan shooting threes really well.
Lazima is freaking out about something.
I don't know what it is. Some sort of assignment, I guess. Michael Beeler flips it to Cackle Rice. Cackle Rice, nifty move. Edwards across the defense. Lambert, Beeler for 3. No. Rebound tipped, controlled by Edwards. Edwards down low for Mitchell, layup for 2. 29-27, Aggies by 2. Bulldogs getting all kinds of second chances on the glass. Black thinks about firing up another 3. 4:30 to play. Lazima, not a big outside shooter. He shoots that one no good, and rebound Beeler. That's the one part of his game he's got to.
Yeah, and I think they did some scouting on him because nobody was even close to him, and they dared him to take that shot.
Cackle Rice slashes to the basket, tied at 29 again. Cackle Rice and Edwards, 21 points for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have 29 as a team. 4:07 to play. Zima for Black for Ibadapo. Fan favorite.
Big man going to work.
Kava Mitchell with a little smile on his face. He knows he got faked out of his shoes there. 31-29. Ibadapo, 11 points on 5 for 5 shooting.
This is the best I've ever seen him in person. So obviously, like I said, he had that great game against Stevens, but I think he looks even better this game.
Yeah. Foul away from everything, as it looked like that was almost a standing timeout. All 10 guys weren't moving. First foul on Ryan Black. And Matt Paulus comes to the bench. Godley Mark will come in. So we are getting a little bit of a mixture of Team A and Team B now. This is Mason Barnes for the Bulldogs. Matt Cacklerice getting a break. Jordan Holmquist finds Edwards. Edwards, turnaround, yes, sir. Timmy Edwards, 5 for 6, 13 points. Tied at 31 again. 3:07 to play in a back and forth first half. Ibadapo for Robles Montas. Turnaround, no, Francis has been off the mark for a while now. He's 0 for 5 here tonight. Bulldogs looking for their first lead in a while. Boylan wants to go to Edwards, which seems like a good idea to me. Will Bowen with the ball. Edwards posts up the much smaller Robles Montas. Over the top of him, shot no good for a change. Just a second miss by Edwards. And the Aggies control. Lazima calls out the play. Either that or that was some really cool dance moves. 2:20 to play here, 31 points apiece. Lazima. Ibadapo for 3.
Oh! Off the backboard.
That's an H for everybody. 34-31. Aggies by 3. And last touch. Zima is so much fun. He's just so much fun. It's DeSales ball, but. (34-31). Elijah Eberly checks in for Timmy Edwards. Esther Diaz in. Stephon Curry, Thomas Ibadapo out. 34-31, Del Val on top. Ibadapo is 6 for 6 with 2 threes. He is their center. Boylan, that's a charge.
It's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, that is. The official was winding up to call that from about 12 feet away.
It's going to be on that Eberly, I believe, actually, as well.
It was. Boylan didn't get a chance to charge because Eberly committed the foul beforehand, or Bowen did. So it might have been 2 fouls, but Bowen had the first one, and he picks it up. 34-31, Aggies by 3, 1:45 to play. Oh, nice steal. Mason Barnes for 2. Oddly marked for Lazima. An odd 5 on the floor right now. Lazima, Gomes, Mark, Diaz, and Jones. Diaz for 3, and no. Diaz continues to be cold here in the early going. Bulldogs with a chance to take their first lead in a while. They're not going to defend Bowen out there. Mason Barnes, nice looking freshman guard for Eberly. On the smaller Diaz, shot, no, tip, no, follow, no. Fourth try, no, maybe, eventually, no. Jump ball, Delaware Valley's possession.
Nice defensive play there by Nestor Diaz.
Matt Paulus and Ryan Black going to check in. Jones to the bench, Lazima to the bench. Under a minute to play here. It's close, that's good, but you'd really like to get into the locker room with a lead with as well as you've played in this half, even if it's just 1 point. Paulus for Mark. 15-second differential between shot and game clock. Black for a quick 3. No, Gomes with the rebound. Hesitates. Oh my gosh, he got crushed by Bowen, but no foul called. Gomes outside for Paulus. Paulus for Gomes. Gomes off the glass again. That was Eberly that time. 2 big blocks in that possession for Bowen and Eberly. 34-33. Mason Barnes looking for a little bit of space here on Godley Mark. Shot clock down to 10. Barnes gets by him and charges.
Good recognition there by Paulus to take that charge.
Yeah. First on Mason Barnes.
We're going to want full court press here. It looks like coach is telling his team. As long as Aggies don't make any user errors, they should go into the halftime with the lead, even if they miss this shot.
Even better. Godley Mark at the buzzer. Aggies by 3, 36-33. Aggies 20 minutes away, a long time away from a big win, but at least they've got it close this time.
Yeah, if you're a Del Val fan, obviously that's about as best as you can ask for going into the half. I mean, when it comes to a team like DeSales, you got to play perfect 40 minutes, and that was near perfect 20 minutes, so halfway there.
We'll take a break and come back in about 12 minutes with some first half statistics. Aggies lead the Bulldogs 36-33 at the half. Welcome back here at the half. We'll get you some halftime stats, but first let's go around the conference scoreboard for you and give you the playoff picture. DeSales number 1 in the conference. They're here, so we'll talk about them in a little bit. Stevens number 2 in the conference. They can wrap up the second seed with a victory tonight, and they're halfway there. They lead FDU Florham 38-22 at the break in Florham Park, New Jersey. Arcadia is third. They are idle tonight, 10-5. They have the tiebreaker advantage on Del Val, so that's not a team that Del Val is particularly concerned about in the standings. The one they are concerned about is the one right in front of them by half a game, Lycoming. Warriors 9-5 coming into tonight. Delaware Valley 9-6. The Aggies finish the season with a bye, so Lycoming will play DeSales in the final conference game. Right now, Lycoming is leading Misericordia. That game is 41-30 at the half in Williamsport. So we'll get the other score in progress doesn't impact playoff seeding in really almost any way. Wilkes and Kings. Wilkes leading their rivals 39-31 at the break. Those teams pretty much locked into their playoff spots. Here's the picture for Delaware Valley. If they can win here tonight, even if Lycoming hangs on and beats Misericordia, that final game will come down to whether Lycoming can beat DeSales. If Lyco beats DeSales, they'll finish a game in front of Del Val, and they'll be the 4th seed, and Delaware Valley will go to Williamsport to play in the first round. If Lycoming loses to DeSales, or if they can't hang on to the win tonight against Misericordia, then Delaware Valley would have the tiebreaker, but only if Del Val wins here tonight. So the Aggies need to win tonight, and then they need a loss in one of the final 2 games by Lycoming. Numbers for you from this one. Aggies in the first half shoot 47%, 15 of 32, 6 of 14 from behind the arc, including Thomas Ibadapo draining a couple of threes. Ryan Black had 2 threes. Matt Paulus was 1 for 1. Aggies did not attempt a free throw in the first half. DeSales, 47% from the field, 14 of 30, 2 of 9 from behind the arc. They were 3 for 3 from the foul line. Aggies out-rebounded in that first half by the Bulldogs by 3, 18-15. Assist to turnover ratio, a -1 for DeSales, 7 up to 8 down, and a +3 for Del Val, 9 up to 3 down. Aggies' leading scorer in that first half was Ibadapo. He was 6 for 6 with 2 threes, 3 rebounds, and an assist in 11 minutes of action. The leading rebounder for Del Val was Gomes. He had 6. DeSales got all their points from basically 2 guys, and they scored a lot. Timmy Edwards was 6 of 8 for 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Matt Cacklerice was 4 for 4 with 2 threes. He had 10 points. So the Bulldogs had 33 as a team, and 23 of them came from those 2 guys. So Bulldogs will start. It will be Dat Lambert, Matt Cacklerice, Caba Mitchell, Michael Beeler, and Timmy Edwards, the 5 on the floor for the scarlet-clad Bulldogs. Beeler, who was quiet in the first half, did not score, and that is true of a lot of the Bulldogs, again, other than Edwards and Cacklerice. Edwards, tough shot, no. Mitchell tries to tip it, no. Beeler with the feed to Edwards. Edwards follow up and good. 36-35. Aggies counter with Godley Mark, Jordan Gomes, Nestor Diaz, Pernell Gee, and Matt Paulus, the Aggies starting 5. Paulus for Gee. Gee for 3. Yes, sir. 39-35. Gee now with 7 points. 3 on the way, up, no good. Gomes with the rebound, 3 on 2, and Gomes, yikes. Airmails that to nobody. Threw it right to Jeremy Beckett, who is wide open, but unfortunately Jeremy graduated about 12 years ago. He was an All-American center here at Del Val, and he was wide open. Cacklerice. I guess they think he doesn't like to go to his right because it's just leaving him alone in that direction. Dat Lambert for Timmy Edwards. Well, that was simple enough. 39-37. Edwards with 17. 18:31 to play. Mark, drive, shot, no. Looking for contact. Officials say no. Cacklerice the other way. Chance to get this tie or take the lead. Cackle Rice kicks over Beeler for three. He's standing out of bounds. That happens so many times here at Del Val. It happens like 2 or 3 times a game, and thankfully for us, always to the opposing team.
And it's always in that same spot, too.
Yeah, it's always right there.
Nowhere else on the court except just that corner.
39-37. Mark. For Paulus, those two guys have not scored very much here tonight. Mark has 3, Paulus has 3. Whoops. Toe pass to Nestor Diaz. 6 on the shot clock. Down to 4. Mark, shot, no. Diaz rebound. I'll correct myself because Mark had the buzzer beater as well. Pass to Gomes. Wide open Mark for 3. Yes! Godly Mark. 8-3 for the Aggies. They lead by 5 and a steal. Paulus for Diaz. Diaz for Gomes. And the Aggies will slow it down. Coach K says run play number 5. We'll see what that is. Well, it was there. Gomes would like to have his last 2 passes back, because with better passes, it's 4 points. He steps out, and shooting sensation Thomas Ibadapo returns. Again, he was perfect in the first half. Those 2 guys there, Ibadapo and Edwards, are a combined 15 for 17 between the 2 of them. So, with the 2 24s, Beeler to Mitchell. Mitchell, shot blocked. Edwards, shot good. Ibadapo calling for the ball.
Gave a nasty look to Diaz, too. He wanted that.
Yeah. He thinks about a 3. He will take it. No. Rebound, Michael Beeler. Edwards calls for it. Cackle Rice thinks better of it. Brings the ball down the floor. Cackle Rice, a Division I transfer. I don't recall where he started. Mitchell, wide open. 2 points. 42-41. D. Spins on Edwards. 16-16 to play. Ibadapo hands it off for Mark. For Diaz. He thinks about a 3. Drives in. Got it. Not sure how he managed to sneak that over the rim for 2, but he did. And Pernell Gee now with 9 points, and the Aggies take a quick timeout.
One thing you got to keep an eye on is second chance points. DeSales has 11 second chance points. Doesn't seem like a lot, but those points, or those second chance points can lead to personal fouls. They can lead to a lot of things. And obviously, for a team like DeSales, you know how good they are. You got to keep them one and done. And they've done a good job for most of the part, but it comes down. DeSales has 8 offensive rebounds, just too many. For a team like this, you cannot let them have second chance shots. And the first, I believe it was the first possession of the second half, they got an offensive rebound. So we got to keep an eye on that. I think that's why I brought back in Tom again. Obviously, he's been doing a great job shooting the ball, but also defensively, he got a block that last possession, unfortunately, though. Led to second chance effort there for DeSales to get easy too. But you got to limit the opportunities for DeSales. One and done. That's all you can ask for from them. And if they hit their shots, they hit their shots. That's all you can ask for. But again, if you're going to keep shooting yourself in the foot with these second chance opportunities, DeSales will make, they're already down only by 3, but they'll easily take the lead if they just keep allowing offensive rebounds and second chance points.
Yeah, one would think Delaware Valley will not continue to shoot 47% from 3, although they'll take it if they can. They lead by just 3. Mason Barnes, Matt Cackle-Rice. First time we've seen those 2 together. Timmy Edwards, Howell, and Jordan Holmquist. Whoops. Oh, he saved it. Excuse me, that was Will Bowen, not Howell. Edwards for Mason Barnes. Holmquist for 3. No. And there's another second chance opportunity. Barnes. Oh, nice play.
Like I said, this team's too good to let second chance opportunities arise. And again, another 2 should have been a 1 and done.
Ibadapo for Lazima, who will not shoot that. Behind his back for Ibadapo, who will. Yes. Pretty delivery. Ibadapo is 7 for 7. Oops. Forgot to cover his man, though, and the lead quickly cut back to 1, and now back the other way. Same thing. Robles Montas with the answer. 48-45.
And here comes that full court pressure. Let's see if Aggies can take an opportunity from it. Nope.
Edwards, that is a charge.
DeSales wants a timeout. The coach is asking for timeout. They feel like they're losing
Yeah, they
momentum.
do not. They do not want this to turn into a track meet. Coach Koval will remember that there have been games here where if it turns into an up and down affair and the crowd gets into it, it can get lopsided in a hurry. Aggies, when they beat DeSales for the conference championship a couple of years ago here, that's exactly what happened. And he will slow things down. Koval, like Richter on the women's side, sets the standard for coaching here in the conference. Been the DeSales for 29 years. His longtime assistant, Jeff Silk, is a Central Bucks East product, which means he's from around this area.
So he's right down the street from here pretty much then. That's
Yeah.
where the school is at least.
Koval played at and obviously attended school at William and Mary down in Virginia. They've been the athletic director at DeSales for a long time as well. (48-45). Aggies lead by 3. Delaware Valley and Wilkes, or I'm sorry, yeah, I don't know what Wilkes is doing in this game. Delaware Valley and DeSales, both shooting 20 for 40. And the Aggies have 6 more threes. So how is this only a 3-point game? That's mathematically hard to do.
Second chance points.
Yeah, that's the answer. That is the answer. Mark for Lazima. He's got to get this across the timeline, and Mark does. Spins away from the double team. Bulldogs have brought Elijah Eberly back out, who's been quiet here tonight after having a good game against Del Val the first time around. Ibadapo for Mark, 10 on the shot clock. Mark drives in, layup up and good. I think Mark has found his groove again. He's got 10 tonight.
That's really important for Del Val too, going into the playoffs, because he was our second leading scorer and he really struggled past week or so, maybe even 2 weeks. So just in time for him for the playoffs.
Will Bowen for Cackle Rice. Cackle Rice for Bowen. Not sure what he wants to do with it. He finds Barnes wide open for 3. Shot, no. And Edward Jones grabs the rebound. Good job on the glass this time by Del Val. They lead by 5 as Lazima brings the ball up the floor. Hesitates. Kicks it out. Jones for 3. Yikes. I hope that was blocked.
He got a piece of Edward Jones' hand. I'm surprised that wasn't a call.
That was way off the mark. 50-45. Bowen for Barnes. Barnes as Jones shades him the other direction. Bowen on Ibadapo will bang. Briefly. Holmquist, who's been quiet. Bowen again, leaning in on Ibadapo. Hook shot, no. Ibadapo with the rebound. Good job by Big Tom, who's played at another level tonight. He's 16 points. He's still 7 for 7 from the floor.
He might be the key in the playoffs, honestly. If he can play like this, I mean,
Yeah.
other than Arcadia, who has Mr. Watkins.
As Jones gets run over by Will Bowen. It's like small dog hits large truck.
I was saying, other than Mr. Watkins on Arcadia nights, he can match up pretty well with anybody.
He does.
I feel
Yep.
like.
The other centers in the conference are all look a little more like Will Bowen. Brian Black, Pernell Gee, Francis Robles Montas, and Matt Paulus in layup, no. Robles Montas couldn't quite get the tip. Here come the Bulldogs down 5 the other way. Barnes looks off Boylan, now gets it to Boylan. Boylan double teamed, out. Lambert, 3, no. Rebound, he off balance, couldn't get it, and Eberle pulls it down. Eberle to Bowen, Bowen into the lane, no. Eberle has his shot blocked. Paulus will just drop it into the hands of Godly Mark. 5-point lead for Delaware Valley. Mark has it stripped. Pass deflected by Bowen, and, well, no one's going to grab it. Bowen will take it himself. That was weird. Boylan looked like that was going to the third row of the stands before Barnes grabbed it. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Mason Barnes running the offense. Cackle Rice and Edwards, the 2 offensive weapons for DeSales, both having a seat. As Barnes rips it away from Paulus. 3 up and no good. Bowen gives chase and cannot save it.
Student section is making referee's job a little bit easier, making sure that they know that he was definitely out of bounds there.
Eberle and Bowen out. Few minutes in the first half for the freshman Caleb Gibbs from E-Town, Lower Dauphin High School. He returns. It's him, big number 23 right there. Timmy Edwards back in the game. Aggies and Bulldogs stuck on 50-45 here for a little while now. Robles Montas for Guy, who gets it, flips it, no, battles, got it, follow, yes! Pernell Guy for 2, and the Aggies by 7. 52-45. See if they get the ball to Timmy Edwards, who's matched up with Godly Mark. That can't be the matchup the Aggies want. Golden for Boylan, who's wide open and misses the 3. Golden for Lambert, and the Bulldogs reset again. Barnes moves over, shot high off the glass, tipped through the legs of Black, and that should be rough, tough call. Tough call.
Again,
I think you got to call nothing there or a charge, because Edwards is not really in control as he's flinging himself at the rim.
2 offensive rebounds there for DeSales.
Yeah.
Again, should have been one and done. And
yeah, the one that really hurts is the second one that shoots through
Ryan
Ryan Black's
that's
legs.
just unfortunate bounce. Goes right between the legs. You don't see that happen much. So Mr. Diaz will check back in.
The Aggies are the smallest team in the conference. I think the only other teams that are as small or smaller than them are the 9th and the 8th place team, Florham and Kings. Second one coming here for Edwards. Missed his first. Hasn't missed much of anything here tonight. And he goes 1 of 2. And a timeout taken by DeSales for real this time. Aggies lead 52-46. 11:07 to play in this one. Check out the other scores for you. Wilkes on top of Kings, 50-38. Lycoming in control on Misericordia, 54-37. So it looks like the Aggies are going to need a win here, and then DeSales to bounce back and beat Lycoming on Saturday. Stevens Tech all over FDU Florham. That's not a surprise. As we talked about, though, on Saturday, Eric, I think this will be a fun conference tournament. With the exception of Florham and maybe Kings, you know, Wilkes has beaten DeSales. Del Val is showing that it can play with them. Del Val's beaten Lycoming. Del Val played with Stevens. I mean, up and down. Misericordia has a win over Arcadia. I think it will be a fairly open tournament. The only matchup that I don't like at all is Del Val and Arcadia, but everything else I'd be okay with.
And if Arcadia stays the 3 seed, correct, and we go to the 4 seed,
then they won't see each other
it'd
until
be
the
very
championship.
hard, for us to see them. So, gotta win this one first. But I like what I'm seeing from both ends of the floor.
52-46. Paulus off the mark. First shot in a while for Matt. As the other Matt, Cackle Rice, is back out there. He and Edwards. Cackle Rice guarded by Nestor Diaz. Thomas Ibadapo back out. Cackle Rice slings it in the corner. Mason Barnes weaving, spinning, shooting, no. Ball tipped by Ibadapo, but goes into the hands of Lambert. Lambert shot, no. Edwards, with 3 guys around him, kicks it out. Cackle Rice shot, blocked, and they call a foul. But there it is again, Eric. 3 chances just can't happen.
14 offensive rebounds for DeSales.
Cackle Rice at the free throw line. First one is good. He is a 72% free throw shooter. Edwards is a 76% free throw shooter. Dat Lambert is an 82% free throw shooter. So they're good free throw shooters, is what I'm saying. Second one is up and good. Foul was on Nestor Diaz. That was his first. And Cackle Rice does get all 3. 52-49, Aggies lead chopped in half. Paulus gets it inbound to Ewens Lazima, who's checked back in.
Good break of the press there.
About at the midway point, Aggies led by 3 at the break. They're up by 3 right now. Lazima. Pass to Ibadapo. Nope, stolen away by Mason Barnes. Cackle Rice threaded the needle. Well, well, no one's contesting it, so I guess that is the right call.
Delaware can't get sloppy here with the ball. Already having problems with defensive rebounds, and if they start giving over turnovers, this game can go the other way very quickly.
Golden for Cackle Rice. Cackle Rice off the Golden screen. Pull up. No. And Lazima all alone for the rebound. 52-49. Lazima, Ibadapo, Diaz, Gomes, and Paulus, the 5 on the floor. Good job by Cackle Rice to come over the top of the screen there. Paulus lost his footing. Gomes will reset with 12 on the shot clock. Paulus down to Lazima. 5 on the clock. Turnaround off glass and good. Ewens Lazima for 2. He's got 4 points. Aggies back by 5. 9:09 to play. Edwards, for whatever reason, decides not to drive that time. Coach K, off your camera, but on the court on the far sideline, shouting out instructions. There's Edwards on Ibadapo. Wide open for Cackle Rice for 3. No, short. Golden has it tipped. No, and he's fouled. And once again, second chance opportunity here for DeSales. They only have 17 second chance points. It seems like they have 45.
Yeah, it seems like most of their points just came off the second chance.
Golden is not a good free throw shooter. 57%. Limited opportunities, 8 for 14. Ibadapo out, Pernell Gee in. Second one coming here for the big man from Percy, Pennsylvania.
Make sure you box out here.
Nope. And that was last touched by Mason Barnes.
Good box out there by Gomes to only allow the DeSales to pretty much just tip the ball and hope that it would go off of Gomes. And
timeout taken by DeSales. That is there. They've got 3 remaining. 54-49, 8:44 to play here in the second half. NCAA releasing the first regional rankings. That gives you a sense of which teams are in good position for an at-large bid. As the cheerleader, that was impressive. NCAA, the basketball used to split Division III into 8 regions. Now they've split it into 10. DeSales is second in what is called the 4th region, which is basically the Middle Atlantic Freedom Conference, New Jersey Athletic Conference, maybe one or two others. Top 2 teams in the region, Stockton out of Galloway, New Jersey, or Pomona, New Jersey. And then DeSales is second. Stevens also in the bottom part of the rankings. Godley mark. Cross the timeline, nicely done. Mr. Diaz, oh. Paulus wide open for three. Even better. Pass up the layup and hit the three. Paulus, second three of the night. Aggies by 8. It's their largest lead in a little while now. 8:22 to play. Delaware Valley, again, with a win and some help, will be home for the first round of the playoffs. Lambert. Into the post, Edwards. Spins and he's fouled. The shot won't count. Fourth foul on Del Val. Fourth foul on Pernell Gee, I believe. So that is a problem.
Iguodala's going to check right in for him. Yep,
well, the scoreboard shows 3, but the announcer says 4.
That is his fourth, I believe.
Yeah, I think it is his fourth.
PA announcer just said fourth as well, so.
57-49. Edwards jostling with Gomes. Shot, no, Mitchell goes over the back.
Yep.
Kava Mitchell been quiet here tonight so far, 8:04 to play. Mitchell, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 fouls in 12 minutes. Mason Barnes, after an extended run, gets a break. 8 minutes to play. 8-point Aggies lead. Gomes hands it off to Thomas, who wanted to go into the post. Shot for Thomas. He can't miss. He literally doesn't miss. He's 8 for 8. Gackelreich, no follow, no follow, no. Mitchell, no, out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
Again, this is the best Iguodala has looked in front of the home crowd.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is the best anybody's looked in front of the home crowd. He's 8 for 8.
Yeah. Again, he looks really good against
He
Stevens
just can't
away.
miss. And these are not high percentage shots for him that he's hitting now. But who cares? 59-49. I don't know what the record is for most shots with 100%.
This place will go nuts if Iguodala.
That was weird. That hit all kinds of guys. Ping pong off of the back of the leg of Mitchell.
If Iguodala takes a 3 here and hits it, this place is going to go crazy. Rightfully so. He's had a great game. Also defensively, he's got a block in there at least.
Does. Yep. 59-49, Aggies by 10. Mark with a good fake. Yo! Lazima with Iguodala the rebound, and he finally misses.
I don't know how that's not a foul, but.
59-49. Beeler, quick closeout. Edwards catches it. DeSales resets. Beeler for Kakelreich for 3. No, and Iguodala, one-armed rebound as he fights off Mitchell. Under 7 minutes to play, Delaware Valley by 10. 59-49, and unlike the loss to Wilkes, this is not one where DeSales just came out and laid an egg. Mark for Diaz, for Gomes, thinks 3, no, Paulus will take it. Over the defense, no, good rebound from Michael Beeler. But a good game, good evening of basketball for the Beeler siblings. Wide open, Lambert for 3, yes. And the Aggies lead, cut to 7. First 3 of the night for Lambert. Bulldogs are 3 for 16 as a team, and Coach K wants to talk it over.
Last few possessions, not many second chance opportunities, if any, for DeSales, and maybe the X factor was Tom being on the floor. Got a couple rebounds, one with one hand.
That should count for 2.
But again, that's how you're going to beat a team like this. That's how you're going to lose to a team like DeSales. If you keep giving up these second chance opportunities, you know, for a team that's this good, we're lucky. Again, they've only scored second chance opportunity points. It's only 17. So again, it feels like it should be a lot worse than that. But
yeah, it does.
You gotta.
Maybe they're not counting some of these second chance points as second chance points.
That could be a fact, because I have a very hard time believing it's only 17 points. Seems like most of their points have come off of offensive boards. But again, coming into this game, for me, I looked at this game as, all right, DeSales obviously the #1 team in the conference. You know, Aggies, you know, they've been doing good, okay in the conference. You know, nothing great, nothing terrible. It's been okay. This was a test for me to see, you know, where they stack up against the top teams. And, well, they're leading right now. And they put up a good fight against Stevens, obviously bringing them double overtime. And Stevens, when Purnell Gee didn't play the whole second half and pretty much the whole first half as well.
What you like about Delaware Valley is think about the last 5 games. The win at Wilkes, which is maybe closer than it should have been, but a close loss at Stevens, a win at Lycoming, and now playing very well here against DeSales. Again, only team in the conference they can't play with is Arcadia. And that's a jump ball possession now in favor of Delaware Valley. 59-52. If you're wondering why we keep saying that, Arcadia and Delaware Valley played twice, and the combined score was about a 50-point win for Arcadia. And neither game was close, as you would anticipate from a combined defeat by 50 points. Robles Montas in, Jordan Gomes out. Aggies by 7, 6 minutes to play. Mitchell tips it to Lazima and visits the DeSales, or the Delaware Valley fans. 10-11 on the shot clock.
And again, you got to think here, who's going to score? I mean, Lazima is really not known to be an offensive threat. No offense to his game, but it's just his defensive.
Black has shot well in limited opportunities, but yeah.
So again, it's possibly going to be Tom Ibidapo again with the hot hand. Again, he's not known for his range, but has shown it off tonight. So
either that or it'll be a shot clock violation because DeSales will keep knocking the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very important couple minutes. I'm guessing without Purnell, without Paulus, and Tom with the 3.
Oh!
In and out.
Rattled in and out. Bulldogs down by 7. Cackle Rice and Edwards both out there. This is the Bulldogs starters. Taylor, Mitchell, and Lambert completing the 5. Cackle Rice. Lazima, excellent defense, but somebody forgot Mitchell, and he rams it home. And he just got teed up. Whoops.
Tee up for what? Holding on to the rim?
Slapping the backboard after the dunk.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's cheesy. I would have let him go, but.
I was going to say, if it's just holding on to the backboard, I'm like, oh. I mean, obviously favorite.
We're the Del Val home broadcast, so we should be okay with that, but that was kind of cheesy. I would have been fired up if I was him, too. Black? No. That doesn't matter.
So, no harm, no foul.
Yep. Ball don't lie, as they say. 59-54, Aggies to inbound up now just 5. And Purnell Gee's going to check in with 5:21 to play and 4 fouls.
They'll take out Tom again. No, they'll take out Prince.
Yeah, take out Robles Montas.
Okay.
Now they match Gee up with Edwards. That's an offensive foul waiting to happen, or a foul waiting to happen. The officials. Yeah, not a personal foul. So what they're going to do is, adjust Mitchell's fouls down to 3. Technical, but not personal. If that makes any sense.
And the refs coming together again. I'm not too sure what for, but. Again, we talked about maybe a couple weeks ago about Purnell Gee having a lot of foul trouble issues very early on, just picking up 2 personal fouls. And lately he's done very good with, obviously he's seeing limited minutes and only playing a couple minutes at a time. So maybe that's also a reason, but obviously he's got 4 fouls now, and you're going to need to see him be disciplined at the most crucial part of the game.
Aggies led by 10 at one point. It's down to 5 with 5 minutes to play. Black for Ibidapo. He'll take the shot, and Thomas has gone a little cold. Followed by Purnell Gee for 2, though. 7-point lead. Key thing for Purnell now is to stay out of his 5th foul. Shot up good for Ibidapo. Or, excuse me, for Edwards over Ibidapo.
Lucky that wasn't an and one, too. He had some contact after the play.
Lazima stolen away by Cackle Rice. Cackle Rice, and that's a charge. Zima's done a nice job on Cackle Rice here in the second half.
And again, he had a turnover earlier in the game too, and he was able to steal it back for us, and another turnover, and again, gets a charge. So even though he's had 2 costly turnovers, he's able to make up for it with either a turnover or Bulldogs with the offensive foul. So good job by him.
61-56, Delaware Valley by 5 still. Godley Mark in for Lazima. Mark for Paulus. Paulus for Gee in the paint. Outside Mark thinks 3. Mark, tough push shot. No, got his own rebound. Tried to slip it underneath. Stolen away. 17 on the shot clock. Gee outside for Paulus. Aggies will reset. Paulus, jumper. No. Diaz. Yes, he's got the rebound. Diaz for Ibadapo, and the Aggies will pull it out.
Smart choice there by Tom.
Wrestling team approves. Gee with the jumper. No. And Mitchell with the rebound. Bulldogs looking to run. Down
Cornell's
by
got to
5.
let him score.
Cackle Rice got it.
He didn't want to pick up his final foul, so tough decision for him to make. I think it was the right one.
61-58. Aggies by 3. They have led pretty much the entire game. Officials tell the Bulldogs bench to sit down. Diaz, who's been ice cold tonight, won't shoot that. Outside for Mark. 6 on the clock. Mark for 3. Yes! Godley Mark for 3.
Bucket by Godley Mark. Again, past week or two has struggled offensively. We even said in the last broadcast, we think it was all mental at this point. And it looks like he might have broken that barrier.
Yeah, 13 points, 5 of 10 from the floor, but perfect from the three-point line. I'm going to look at it here. This is a second chance points for the Aggies. Credit Nestor Diaz for the rebound, and eventually it leads to that. 64-58. Then the Aggies can get a win here tonight and get some help from DeSales, not tonight, but Saturday.
Oh, and I'm sure DeSales.
You can help 2 ways if you're really feeling generous, DeSales.
I'm sure they're going to be very
fired up. You can play very poorly
if,
for the last 3 minutes and then blow Lyco out of the gym. That's how
I'm sure
you can
they'll
be
be very fired up if they ultimately lose this game. They will.
Right.
They will want some vengeance before the playoffs start. So, again, got to focus on this one first. The next 3 minutes, you got to give it 100% effort.
Lycoming all over Mr. Accordia. That game is not over yet, but getting there. 69-53, 7:21 to play. Stevens all over FDU Florham. Wilkes beating Kings. Bulldogs have Barnes, Cackle Rice, Edwards, Lambert, and Beeler. 3:05 to play. A lot of trust for the sophomore guard here, Mason Barnes, who's done a good job running the offense. Edwards on Ibadapo. No, and the rebound by
Great
Mark.
defense there.
Aggies up by 6, 2:47 to play, as Coach K explains to Mark what he wants him to do. Pass to Ibadapo, wide open! You can run that play again, Coach.
Throw it down, big man.
Edwards fouled by Ibadapo. He'll have to go to the line. It's somehow Thomas Ibadapo's first foul.
Just shows how well he's played defensively, honestly.
8-point lead. Elijah Eberle's going to check back in. And Edwards. One more, Nestor, one more.
We all
like the
saw it was,
effort, but
one of one.
that's one of those you jump into the lane and you're like, why am I the only one here? Second one coming. That one's good. 22 points for Edwards on 10 for 17 shooting. 12 rebounds, 4 assists. Cackle Rice is 15. The rest of the Bulldogs have been held in check for the most part. And Paulus will call timeout. Aggies with 2 remaining. A 7-point lead and 2:21 to play. Ibadapo leading Delaware Valley with highlight reel plays and points. 20 points on 9 for 12 shooting.
Paulus with a great heads-up player there, obviously being a senior of the team, one of the older ones of the team. Saw he was trapped pretty much right there. Instead of forcing a pass, calling a timeout. You don't want to give the Bulldogs any life here. You want to play smart, conservative basketball with only 2:21 left. So very good heads-up play there.
We mentioned this in the pregame, and if it's still sticking in your memory, good job by you. We mentioned that this is not Delaware Valley's last game period, and not just because of the playoffs, but it's not their last game of the regular season. They will play Cheney University, a Division II school, on Saturday. We will have that broadcast for you. And that is when they will have the very, very long senior day ceremony. The Aggies have played 10 guys today. 8 of them are seniors or grad students. So there'll be a lot of guys to honor, and they'll do it Saturday before the game against Division II Cheney. Aggies break the press and not showing any particular rush here, just going to run some clock. Godly Mark retreats out. They can run the clock down to about 2 minutes before they take a shot.
Smart play, smart play.
Up by 7. Mark for Ibadapo. Shot clock down to 5. Mark squirts through the lane. Circus shot, he got it! Oh! Godly Mark! 9-point lead. 3 answer from Barnes. No, hits the guide wire. And the Aggies will get the rebound, courtesy of the ball going out of bounds.
And again, here comes this full court press. Aggies done a great job breaking it all night. This might be the most important one right here to break.
Up by 9. They've led by as many as 10 here in this half. Bulldogs don't have to foul, and if they do, they need a ton of them. They've only committed 4 fouls. Ibadapo for Paulus. Paulus for Gee. Gee lets Eberle go by, gets hammered. I don't know. Oh, come on. How is that not a foul? That is a rough call.
Coach K wants an explanation too.
He goes up and down, but he's clearly hit.
Minute 28 left. Again, do not allow any second chance points.
9-point lead for the Aggies. Cackle Rice off the Beeler screen. Beeler thinks 3. He's been held in check tonight. Cackle Rice. Oh, he goes right by Mark. Oh! Cackle Rice gets smushed into the floor. Fans don't like it.
That was all ball,
Yeah.
but that was a hard fall.
Well, it was all ball up top. There was contact below. Now, it was a foul at the other end here, but I think that's a foul too.
Obviously, the fans don't like the call, but Cackle Rice, we're glad to see him get up and is okay, because that was, again, that could have been a very dangerous play right there.
It was a loud foul, they'll say. Cackle Rice hits the first. Team within 8. Ryan Black in. Ibadapo for, I would imagine, free throw shooting reasons, checks out. Although the Bulldogs, again, have to foul 3 times to put the Aggies in the bonus.
I would think you also want him for the defensive rebounding.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Cackle Rice says no rebound necessary this time. And a timeout taken by DeSales, down by 7 with 75 seconds to go. Now remember, on Saturday, the Aggies were up 7 with about 45 seconds, and it ended up being a nail-biter, as they could not make their free throws, and Wilkes came back. It just fell short at the buzzer.
And I believe it was Paulus who came up with the clutch free throws in the end. So obviously you got Paulus out there, you're going to have Purnell out there, you're going to have all your best free throw shooters out there, but
two things that weren't really in danger of not happening now won't happen. It's a long way of saying the expected occurs. Stevens wins. They beat FDU Florham tonight. FDU Florham remains winless in conference. Stevens is the 2 seed. Florham is the 9 seed. They will play at Kings on what we think is Monday night. We also think that the women's play-in game would be Monday night, and if Florham wins their last game on the women's side, they will host. If not, Del Valle will host. So you could have Saturday, Monday, Wednesday basketball here at Del Valle.
Love to see it.
Yeah. 68-61, first things first.
Get the ball in here. Do
Diaz
not turn it over.
fakes the touchdown bomb, throws it to Mark. Mark trapped in the corner, bumped and fouled. And again, the Bulldogs have a bunch to give. That's just the 15th foul on DeSales. And nobody is in foul trouble, so it doesn't matter. Everly picks up his first. Diaz. And
it's going to be on 32, I believe.
Got Lambert. That's one way to get quick fouls. Grab somebody before the play even starts. All right. Paulus lost it, and that's because it's touched by DeSales. Is it a foul on Del Valle or a foul on DeSales?
It's going to be a foul on DeSales, and we got lucky there.
Yeah, they did. I'm not sure how that was a foul. I don't know who had the ball. Well, that is the best possible result for Del Valle, though, because Paulus is their best, or their second best free throw shooter. This is just 1-1. The Aggies seem to be conceding a rebound if he misses.
Way to have faith in your team, guys.
Yeah.
Or your teammate.
Well, faith is rewarded.
Never doubted him.
Ivadapo back out. Del Valle by 8. Aggies with the win here, if they can get it, would be 14-9. 70-61. 65 seconds to play. Tackle Rice over the top of Ivadapo. Got it, count it, going to the line. Timmy Edwards, and I'm not sure that was a shot or a pass. But Edwards has a chance to make it a 6-point game. Foul is on Ivadapo, his third.
Again, Ivadapo's coming out for the
free throws.
For the free throws, yeah. You better get the defensive rebound then if he misses this.
Six-point Aggies lead. Edwards is going to check out. Interesting. Diaz gets it into Paulus. Good grief, Matt.
Again, another nice heads-up play there by Paulus.
Yeah. Can we do an inbounds pass that's not to somebody 4 inches from the baseline?
Yeah.
70-64. Aggies down to 1 timeout. And in the women's game, you can call a timeout in advance to half court, not in the men's game. The other guy who they're very quietly putting a lot of faith in here again and again and again and again is Nestor Diaz, who's being asked to inbound the ball every single play. So Nestor has not been able to get much going offensively tonight. He's 0 for 3. But he is key to victory here to get the ball inbounds. Gets it into Gee. Gee waits for the foul to come. Oh, and Black gets clobbered. And even Coach Koval agrees that's a foul. That Lambert went from no fouls to 3 fouls in about 10 seconds of action.
Something to keep an eye on right now. Purnell's favoring that shoulder.
Yeah, he's had shoulder issues throughout the year, the second half of the year, and he's going to come out. Ryan Black, this is 1-1 again. Aggies by 6. This is to make it a 3-possession game. Yes. Ryan Black has quietly played very, very well down the stretch here for Del Val.
He's had a couple big threes for us. And a big free throw right there as well.
Gives the Aggies some height, which they desperately need. Hits 1 of 2 here. 7-point lead, 50 seconds to play. Cackle Rice across half court. Cackle Rice drives, and I think he stepped out of bounds, but he might have been fouled before that.
They're going to give a foul on Paulus.
45 seconds. That's not what you want to do. You want DeSales to have to take time to score. It's Paulus is first. Beeler out. Ibadapo out. Eberly in. Timmy Edwards. Oh, he's back. Okay. I was going to say, he's not still on the bench, is he? Eberly. No. And Gee with the rebound. And Gee is fouled.
Good rebound there by Gee. Very strong rebound. Obviously, we was a little worried about that shoulder.
Yeah.
Didn't look like there was any issues there, and able to defend off the defenders and eventually get the call for the foul.
Rare miss by Cackle Rice. And Gee with a chance here. This is still 1-1. Next one will be 2. Ryan Black out. Thomas Ibadapo in. As these final 65 seconds is taking a long time to play. Big free throw here for Ibadapo, or excuse me, for Gee. No, it sits for him. Purnell has 14, transferred into the program from Penn State Abington. Scored us his 1,000th point in front of nobody here last year in the empty gym. Purnell has been a sensation for Delaware Valley in his 2 seasons here. 73-64, 9-point lead, 41 seconds. Jordan Gomes back out for the first time in a while. Cackle Rice for Lambert. Lambert for 3. He's fouled. I did not see any contact. I didn't see any contact.
If there was any, it was very, very minimal. And that's a big foul, too, because that's 3 free throws.
Yeah, and I know Lambert was contorting his body, but he was doing it not to get around the defender, to get around his own man. Now he hits the first. Lambert is an 82% free throw shooter.
The only thing I can think of is maybe the referees have the under.
The over.
Or the over.
Lambert got the second. Or they're just enjoying this game. They want it to go on as long as humanly possible.
I don't blame them. This has been a great game.
DeSales eventually decides to bring Eberly and Edwards in. Third one here for Lambert. Bulldogs have been able to score their last 6 points by taking no time off the clock because they've all been at the foul line. Christian Golden in. Timmy Edwards out. I don't know if that's a foul preservation thing or what that is. 6-point Aggie lead. Diaz has to get it in. He gets it into Black. Black trying to get a foul call. Nothing there. Throws it wildly to Diaz. Diaz up ahead for Gee. Gee on Golden, and he'll wisely pull it out. But DeSales is waiting. They have to foul. Wide open. Lester off to Ryan Black. The Bulldogs are going to run out the clock on themselves here.
Very smart play by Purnell. He could have had an easy 2 instead. Holds it.
Well, it ends up being a smart play if Matt Paulus makes both free throws.
That's true. That's true. But even if he doesn't, that wasted a lot of time off the clock as well, though.
First one is good for Matt, who himself is a transfer from Ursinus College. Ryan Black out, Ibadapo in, Michael Beeler out, or in, Elijah Eberly out. 17 seconds to play. This would make it an 8-point game, and it is. 75-67, Cackle Rice. Shot clock is off, 16 seconds to play. Cackle Rice for three, no. Ibadapo tips it, Mark has it, and it's a 4-on-1 break, and the Aggies have done it. They needed to get a win over the first place team, and they did it. Now they need some help.
And they should be pumped up. I mean, look at Purnell and Ibadapo, chest bumping each other. We might have a playoff game here, Gordon.
Well, that was an entertaining game between the two Lehigh Valley sort of rivals. Delaware Valley not entirely in the Lehigh Valley, but the Aggies finish off their conference portion of their season. Sure, yeah, happy to do that.
So, folks, that was Tony, our producer, saying we're going to get an interview with definitely the player of the game, Thomas Ibadapo. So
14-10 Delaware Valley, 10-6 in conference. Conference season is done for them. They have one more game with Cheney, but a chance to be home for the first round of the playoffs if DeSales can defeat Lycoming on Saturday. But for now, let's not worry about that. Let's welcome in the player of the game.
Yeah.
Thomas, congratulations on the victory here tonight.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
First off, tell me what you're feeling. It's been a while since we've had a full gym and a big win like this.
Yeah. Just the coaching staff, everybody just we locked in. Everybody locked in. Coaches just had a great game plan for us, and team just bought in. So pretty much that's what happened. So.
Talk to us about the first half. You were 7 for 7.
7 for 7? Oh, I didn't even know. I was just feeling it, to be honest. So, I mean, my coach gave me a lot of confidence, told me put the shot up. They're going to leave you open, so I did it. So, I thank God, thank the coaches, thank the fans. They helped us out. So, yeah.
Team has played very well down the stretch. Win at Lycoming, very close. You played excellent at Stevens, and now you beat the first place team here.
Yeah.
Conference play is done for you guys. You got one more on Saturday,
yes,
but what's your mindset heading into the playoffs?
Gotta win it all. To be honest, my last year, it's we got 9 seniors out last year, so we trying to get this win. So, to be honest, let's get this win. Let's get the MAC championship. So, yeah.
Congratulations, Big Tom.
Thank you.
Great game tonight.
Appreciate
our player of the game.
Thank you.
We will wrap things up here for you. Get your final numbers. Delaware Valley victorious tonight over first place DeSales. Your final score 75-67. Aggies on the game shoot 29 of 61. That's 48%. Hit 10 threes and 23 attempts. That's 44%. 7 of 9 from the foul line. Bulldogs 26 of 65, 39%. Just 3 of 18 from behind the arc. They were 14 of 19 from the foul line. Bulldogs out-rebound the Aggies 40-35. Assist to turnover ratio. Bulldogs finish a +1, 13 up to 12 down. Aggies a +3, 15 up to 12 down. Bulldogs were led by Timmy Edwards, 26 points on 11 for 18 shooting. Hit 4 of his 6 free throws, also had 14 rebounds and 4 assists in 28 minutes of action. Matt Cackle-Rice finishes with 17. He had 2 threes, 5 of 6 from the foul line. And we should mention that Edwards has played limited games tonight this season, so maybe as much as anything, they're just trying to limit his minutes headed into the playoffs. Player of the game for Delaware Valley, well, you just heard from him. Big Tom, Thomas Ibadapo, 20 points, 9 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 3 from 3, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block in 24 minutes of action. He had lots of help tonight. Godly Mark with 15 points, seems to have it going in the right direction again. Purnell Gee with 15, 10 for Matt Paulus, as Delaware Valley closes out the victory here. And Eric, again, the team peaking at the right time, beat Lycoming, beat DeSales, right there with Stevens, beat Wilkes at home. peaking at the right time.
Yeah, and like you said too, this playoffs is going to be a lot of fun. Again, every team is super close, other than like the 8th and 9th seed. No offense to the teams there, but
Right.
I mean, it's going to be one hell of a playoff run. It's part of my language, but it's going to be.
FCC doesn't see you. You're fine.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, Abadapo, I believe it was plus 20 on the night in plus minus.
Wow.
Plus 10. I'm sorry, plus 10 only. But
Yeah.
again, just the little things he did. Just only, I believe, one foul with a couple minutes left in the half. It showed how good defensively he played all game. And again, other than Arcadia, who again has that height mismatch with Watkins, I mean this team can play with anybody, and you saw it right here. It came down to the wire a little bit towards the end again. You know, refs may have helped out a little bit there with some foul calls, but great team win. Lizima played great defensively again. Purnell, you know, offensive juggernaut he's been all year. And, again, peaking at the right time, like you said.
That'll do it for us tonight. Our producer, Tony, our cameraman, will wrap things up here. Del Val, again, there is a game on Saturday. The Aggies will play host to the Cheney Lions, Division II, the Cheney Wolves, a Division II program. We'll carry that one for you. And then we hope, cross your fingers, a home playoff game perhaps on Wednesday night. For Eric, Tony, and everyone else here at Delaware Valley University, have a good night, everyone.